Oh yes, we are gonna do the most amazing beef Wellington. For two, blushing, beautiful beef steak, surrounded by gorgeous outer mushroom filling, crisp golden pastry. Welcome to the world of beef Wellington. A lot of people get freaked out about doing beef Wellington for 10 or 12. It's a big thing, it's very expensive, but if you break it down for two, you can manage it. And it all starts with a beautiful chunk of grass-fed beef fillet. 250 grams. This whole procedure is about celebrating that. So what's the most appropriate herb for beef fillet? Rosemary, an absolute classic. Just run your knife through the rosemary, season it up, then get your fillet steak and just roll it and fold it. That is nicely coated. We're gonna go into a hot pan with a little olive oil, a good knob of butter, a couple of cloves of garlic, and as soon as that starts sizzling up, we go in with the steak. Oh yeah, keep basting it. Just a minute and a half of searing. That'll be completely rare on the inside, so let that cool. And then all this fat has done its job, so we'll get rid of that. We're gonna make a mushroom duxelle, which is basically a mushroom pate. This, wrapped around the beef, is a thing of absolute beauty. So I'm gonna roughly chop a nice red onion. And then straight back in the pan with a fresh little drizzle of olive oil, a small knob of butter, absolutely lovely. So let's talk mushrooms, guys. The great thing about this dish is you could use the cheapest mushrooms or the most expensive, and this is still absolutely sublime. So look, I need 250 grams, which is about that much. Then with the onions, I'll put the smaller ones in whole. Button mushrooms, I can just crush in my hand. Look at that. Season with salt and pepper. Don't forget, we've got the garlic. If you just squeeze it out of the skin, we can put that straight back in here. Now, if you want to pimp it even more, then dried mushrooms are key. These are porcini. You need a tiny amount, literally 3 will make all the difference. Put these in a little glass. Just put some hot water over the top, and the flavour extracted is like a massive fungi stock cube. And just go in with these soaked mushrooms. I'll keep back a little bit of that water for my sauce later. We can also put in any resting juices from our steak. And at this stage, we're gonna wazz it up. Now, you can do this by hand, but I find food processors get that nice pate-like consistency. Lid goes on, and we'll have a little whiz up. Right, the duxelle is done. Next, I'll show you how to make pancakes. An absolute classic part of this dish to soak up any excess juice out of the beef fillet. So in here, we go with the 1 cup method. So grab yourself any cup. We're gonna do 1 milk, that goes in. We're then gonna go with 1 cup of self-raising flour. Lovely free-range egg goes in, 100 grams of spinach. So I want to add colour and flavour. So lid on top and a nice little wazz. And in no time at all, you get this crazy green pancake batter that is so good. Add a little olive oil to a pan and simply go in with that batter, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. Once it's dried up on the top, you can simply just turn it over, give it 10 seconds on the other side. So there we have one lovely, vivid green pancake. So let's bring this together now. We've got the beautiful steak, the mushrooms, this amazing pancake. I'm gonna use this lovely little technique, which is gonna help you build this incredible feat of gastronomy. So I'm gonna add my pancake. I want the heat and the aggression of beautiful English mustard. Go in there with like a teaspoon and a half, boom. So you'll get that color and that heat, and then we'll take the mushroom. So we want just under a centimetre of this incredible mushroom paste. Just spend a little bit of time evenly moving this around. And then once you've done that, we're gonna grab our lovely steak, place that in there like that, and then we're gonna take one corner and another and bring it up. And then if you just twist it, the action of doing that, squeezing out the air, just gives you this perfect little kind of sphere. And that, my friends, is gonna sit inside your pastry, and it's gonna be phenomenal. Right, next we want the pastry. So I'm using lovely all butter puff pastry. So I can take this, place it on here, I can use my knife and sort of just trim it up like that. So we can take that off, and then I can place it on the pastry. And then I want some egg wash. Just go around the edge like that. So think of it like edible glue. We're gonna lay this over the top and just rotate it. It's just almost like tucking it into bed, right? What I wanna do is just kind of trim around the edge. So now, egg wash this. That is more than perfect enough to whack in the oven, but oh, no, 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 no. I want to do this for someone very special. So I'm going to go the extra mile. Roll out a chunk of pastry. I only need half. I want to show you a little technique that's kind of fun. So get a little knife and do little inch slices with a little centimetre gap. When it comes to the second line, we're going to go an inch slice, but we're going to go within the gap, like that. Now, they call this a lattice. This is an optional extra I absolutely love. Take your pastry and give it a little shake, and something beautiful will happen. I'm just going to trim off the excess. Use your thumb and forefinger and push down that edge and have a pinch. Who would have thought a few scores and a few pinches could be so effective? We're going to cook it in a preheated oven at 220 degrees Celsius for 25 minutes exactly at the bottom of the oven, so you get a crispy bun. Plenty of time to knock up a delicious onion and thyme gravy, finished off with a cheeky glass of port and that leftover porcini liquid. Simmer away until thick and shiny, and you'll have the perfect partner for your beef Wellington. Look at that. Gorgeous. It is a thing of utter beauty. Get a sharp knife, commit to the middle, carve down all the way to the bottom, and then the moment of truth. Oh, yes! Come on, man, look at that! Let me introduce you to your new best friend. Beef Wellington for two. Gorgeous. And just add that sauce so it surrounds that Wellington. Happy days. Right, I'm gonna go straight for the middle. Oh, it's so crispy. Right down to the bottom. Right, let's do it. Oh, wow. The beef fillet is so tender. That incredible mushroom duxelle. The pastry's crisp, it's really special, and every now and again, you deserve something special with someone you love.